Hey everyone, welcome to another Yogi Misfit session. My name is Danny Pomploon and I'm your host. This is episode 34, and today I have Deidre Norman on the show. She is the owner of SF Yoga magazine. It's pretty cool. It's a little, it's an online presence right now, but it's something that she's been supporting and kind of doing it on her own free time, not really getting a whole lot out of just loving this project and really nurturing it to help support the rest of the yoga community here in San Francisco. And she's got a really cool story about it. You can tell she's super passionate and she's always so supportive of what we do here on the show. So I figured we would get her on. So I hope you enjoy it. And of course, if you like the show, please make sure to leave a review and share it with all your friends. Deidre, what's going on? How are you?
Hi, Danny. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Everything is really good over here.
I love it. I love it. We were just chatting before we started recording. You said you feel really happy right now, or really full.
Yes, I do. I feel really full. I feel really lucky. I feel like everything in my life is just perfect right now. I feel like I'm in such a good place. So
Isn't that a nice place to be in?
it's so nice. It's amazing. And I've been really practicing my gratitude just every day, making sure, I'm grateful for something. And it really has turned my life in this new direction. It's been amazing.
Nice. I love to hear that, man. It's so nice. We go through these ups and downs in life. Everyone does. But when you're in that one place where you're like, all right, shit's cool right now.
Right?
Yeah, it's so nice. It's such a blessing and such a gift to be able to like experience that and to realize that. We just talked about gratitude on a show a couple weeks ago. This guy Ben was on the show and he's just like the happiest person in the world in such a great way. But we met at the Ambassador Summit and he now does like a gratitude list every day and meditates every day. And it's like the small little things that make the biggest shifts in your life.
It's seriously amazing. I can't even believe what a shift it's made. There's so much to be grateful for. And it's so easy for me to get caught in that negative space or I'm not doing enough or whatever it might be. And just to really sit with the gratitude has been amazing.
Do you gratitude list or do you do any of that stuff or does it just something that it's like a mantra presentation for you?
Well, I used to have a gratitude jar. And so I used to just do the gratitude jar. And that was really helpful when things were really like tough or emotionally draining. But what I found is now, right when I wake up in the morning, I make sure I list off at least 5 things I'm grateful for.
Tell me about this gratitude jar. I've never heard of that.
So basically what I did is I had all these little pieces of paper in a bowl and a pen. And then next to it was this, like I decorated this jar. And then every day I would just sit and write 1 or 2 things I was grateful for. And I would especially do it when I was feeling really down or just depressed or not feeling so great. And I would just be like, there's got to be one thing that I'm grateful for.
That's super cool. I love that. That's really, what do you do when the jar gets full?
Well, my goal was to create just put them all on this big board and glue them on there. And then what really happened was I just one day just got rid of I got rid of the jar. I was like, I don't know why or what happened. I was like, okay, I'm done with the jar now. And I never made that board and I never did anything with it. But it was a pretty powerful experience.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do a little list thing every day. I have a little journal, like my last one I got full and then I had a burning ceremony with it. But I have a little journal and I start with my daily mantra. It's the same every day. It's like I'm ready. I'm willing. Please show me the way is like my thing every day. And then I do just a list of it could be simple stuff like my beating heart, like the fact that I got to, have my smoothies this morning or anything else that's going on, but it's such a really cool thing to remind you.
Yeah. And it's amazing to me because literally it's so simple and it shifts your energy and has truly shifted so much in my life. Just that's like you said, the smoothies in the morning, 2 legs that I'm walking on.
Yeah.
Being able to buy this, muffin today or whatever it is. It's simple things.
It is. So I want to properly introduce you to the listeners right now because I always talk about SF Yoga Magazine in pretty much every episode. And it's like in all the show links. Well, yeah, because you guys are like family, you guys are on all the show links or whatever. But so for everyone that's listening, this is Deidre of SF Yoga Magazine. This is it. This is her right here on the show.
Yay, thank you.
So I want to dive in because I don't even think, I know the full story. Me and you started kind of working together when I was doing this One Love event a couple years ago, and you guys kind of reached out and were like, yeah, this sounds really cool. We want to help. And, then I started diving into like what you guys were doing, and I was like, this is such a great place to pull the community together. And ever since then, we just been kind of like buddies through the working world. But I don't know the full story of SF Yoga Magazine and how this came together and what brought this to you. And so, yeah, dish it out, girl.
Yeah. So I feel like I was thinking today and I was like, wow, SF Yoga Magazine was really a gift that was given to me. The original person who started SF Yoga Magazine was Mike Richardson, and he started SF Yoga as well as Flow Yoga, two different magazines, two different websites. And so he was doing it for several years. And then I guess like maybe 3 or so years ago, I started working with him. And then, next thing I know, I'm running SF Yoga Magazine. And so
Wow.
I almost feel like it was a gift that he gave me.
Sure.
He still has Flow Yoga and I have SF Yoga. And so that's kind of how it fell into my lap. And I've been in the media world and the publishing world now for almost 20 years, between television production and selling advertising for big publication companies. And now I also still sell ads for 5 different magazines. So I've been in the world for many years. And so why it intrigued me was because I was for years doing all this work that I wasn't passionate about. And I was working in industries, especially when you're in advertising sales, that are very cutthroat. And there is absolutely, for me anyway, there wasn't really any conscious business going on. And so what really struck me was that this was a way to work in something I believed in and had passion in, and then also be able to help out the community. And so, yeah, so I've just taken it for the past 2 years on my own, with the help of many, many friends, by the way, not just on my own.
Right.
And with the goal of making it really a conscious media company. And really, there's no place I've seen in San Francisco or the Bay Area that's one place you can go to find out everything going on. And I just feel like there's so much going on in the Bay Area in the conscious community. And so I really wanted to kind of create a space and a place that there's one website to go to where you can kind of find out everything. So it's this slow process, one step at a time, but that's kind of a little bit of the history behind it.
So what does it look like now, in the sense, like what all does the magazine do, operate, function, offer? Like what's its daily jam? How many
So right in,
how many view
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I totally didn't get to finish. There's a lot of questions. So maybe what's it like running it now? Where is it going? And also, I know, because I'm doing some stuff for the magazine as well. Like, we might be doing print this year. Like, what's the direction, and what's it like in the everyday life of it?
So the direction is my goal in 2018 is to have, I guess it's like sort of a threefold thing, where we definitely want to get the print magazine going. I also want to create more of a membership type situation on the website, so that people can join as members, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a studio, and you can go in and you can enter your events and that type of stuff, so that it's really more community driven. And that way, because right now, just sort of the daily jam of it all, I'm entering all the events going on, I'm entering all the blogs, and that type of stuff. So I really want to make it more so that it's just this platform where it's more user friendly, and
Right.
the users can go in and find out everything going on. And then also the teachers in the studios or someone coming to town doing a workshop can go in, so that there's just one place with all the events going on in the Bay Area.
Right.
So that's kind of the one part, making it more of this membership type situation. And then the next part, like I said, is the print magazine. And I really want to just sort of, I guess, elevate our consciousness in media. And especially in the media world, since I've been in it so long, there's so much going on that isn't really elevating our consciousness. And I really want to make a magazine and really keep the blog going that's just interesting information that kind of is all about yoga, meditation, conscious festivals. It can be about conscious music, different healing modalities, but really keeping this yoga at the core, this idea of yoga being union and connection to all. But, opening it up to all sorts of ways to raise our consciousness and heal ourselves and heal the world, heal the planet, giving back, that type of thing. So right now we've got events up there, and I have all these amazing writers. So I have writers who are covering different events in the Bay Area. So if anyone ever has an event they want covered, they can just reach out and we can send a writer. I try and get as many events up on the site as I possibly can. And that's kind of the summary of it.
And how big is the subscriber, or the reader base, you'd call it?
So it just depends. Every month's a little bit different, kind of, I've noticed, depending on which blogs are being posted. But right now we're averaging about 5,000 to 7,000 visitors per month.
5,000 to 7,000.
Mm-hmm. So
whoa.
It has a lot of room to grow, but we are super excited. And originally what happened was my friend just created the website for me. She's like, okay, I'm creating a website. Let's just get this going. So we're just so happy at how fast it's grown and how much support I've gotten through this, and how many people are really excited about it, and how much the community has really reached out.
5,000 to 7,000. That's huge.
It feels huge, but I know there's a lot of room. I mean, there's so many people in the Bay Area, so.
I just didn't, I guess you don't conceptualize that until you hear it, like I didn't really, I never even thought about that, but that's such a big, broad reach of people that now get to learn more about what's going on in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, because every weekend I've just realized how many events are going on, and how many events that even this weekend, how many events that were going on that were really about giving back to the community. And there's just so many beautiful things happening. And I just don't think there's one place where everyone can go see that. And so that's really what I want to do.
What's the hardest part? Because you have another job too. You don't just do, this is kind of like a side project. It's not like a big, it's not a big paycheck or any of that stuff. This is truly a labor of free love.
Yes. So I have another job, another full-time job, and then I also teach yoga. So it's, I'm just doing this any free minute that I can is how it's working right now.
Yeah. And how is that managing it?
It's really challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And, the biggest thing I found is that just doing the day-to-day stuff takes up so much time. And so now I'm like, okay, I need to spend at least an hour a day just on the business, not in the business, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Just working on creating the next steps. And so that's kind of a new thing that I'm really focusing on, so that 2018 we can have a really big year.
Nice. That's awesome. What do you think is going to be the biggest step in 2018 to making, the print happen?
I think the biggest step is, for some reason, I'm really realizing how, it's like an entrepreneur, and I've been doing so much of it. And when I say alone, I don't really mean that, because I have an amazing team of people helping out.
Right.
But I really think what's going to help is I'm putting out there into the universe that I would really like to have someone else as like a business partner, so that we can really work together in creating this, growing it.
Here you have it. Hi, I'm Danny Pomploon. Have you met me before?
Yes, I have. Would you like to partner up?
As if I don't have enough going on. Yeah, you know me. I don't want
one more project.
I don't want 5 projects. I want 50 million projects going on. Oh man, that's awesome. I mean, I think that's good, and that's especially too when you have a second set of hands or a second set of eyes, or even just a second brain to pick with. I think you get at one, you get two different things happening, but like getting different ideas, but also someone that pushes you.
Exactly.
That's the biggest part, I think. Having someone that pushes you and challenges you, and I'm not going to say makes you better, but like you can only think so much, and you have in your own ways. It's not till you start to collaborate where that stuff starts to happen.
Yeah, and I really believe that co-creating, you can go so much further, and different sets of people they know out in the world, and just different ideas, like you were saying, and the motivation and just that validation too of like, oh, we want to do this, and then to have someone else like, yes, let's just do it, versus that like, oh wait, is this a good idea? So it's just that whole idea of co-creating. I think you can go a lot further.
I agree. What if any have you heard any like anyone reach out or ever like what kind of feedback do you get from people in the magazine? Like, thank you so much. Like, we've heard, because of this, we've heard about all the different events going on, or hey, I read this article, or like, what's been the biggest, like, I guess that yummy juiciness that you're like, yeah, I'm doing it.
I guess the thing that I hear the most that just makes me so happy is when people are like, I found out about this through your site. I had no idea this was going on. I had never tried this style of yoga, but I read this blog on your site and I went and tried it out, and that type of thing. To me, that has just been like really opening up new ideas to people, and new ways of thinking, and inspiring people to, or one person wrote me they had read something and inspired them to go to their first yoga festival. Just these small things.
Wow.
So that type of stuff really, really is exciting to me, because I'm just so passionate about it. And I love to be able to see other people finding different, I just feel like there's so many styles of yoga, and there's so many healing modalities out there. There's just so much going on. And how do you know about all this stuff?
We also just don't realize how many people we impact, without, unless we hear it firsthand. But like, it's pretty cool to be able to like get that feedback, because it kind of it inspires you to keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly. And it's been really cool too. I think one of the other things that I've been loving is all of these writers. I have so many amazing writers helping out, and to me, they're also doing this labor of love. They'll get a press pass to an event and they'll be able to cover it. But the amount of people who have written, and how it's changed them, and how it's helped them, and how it's opened up other doors and other possibilities for them has been really cool too, to see that.
How big is the team of writers?
Well, right now, I mean, I'd probably say there's probably like 6 right now that kind of write on a regular basis, but
Right.
I need to look, but I would say just off the top of my head, like there's at least 25 people who are contributing.
Wow.
And, some people contribute every other month. Some people, one girl's just contributed a couple things, but it's amazing.
That's awesome. It's cool to see so many people come together to help out, and to, one, support something that they also believe is really awesome, but two, like, because I think you also will that in yourself, like people come and help you out, because you're an awesome person. Like, you really are.
Thank you.
You really are, though. Like, if people haven't like met you before, you're just super kind. You're super consistent. You're just really easy to get along with, and you're so sweet all the time.
I don't know about that one, but thanks.
I'm painting a good picture here.
Thank you. I feel the same about you.
Thank you. I mean, I have my moments, but who doesn't?
Yes, exactly.
We're all having this spiritual experience, right?
Exactly.
In these human bodies.
Well, thank you very much. That means a lot, and I do feel the same about you. So
you're so sweet. Thank you so. Well, let's just continue the show with us complimenting each other. No, you're the best. No, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
Cool. All right, I got one more question for you before we take off today. You are. I often ask this question. You are in an elevator with 10 of the world's most influential people. The elevator doors open, you get off, and you have just enough time from when the doors are getting ready to close to say something to them. What do you say?
The first thing that came to mind is, does anyone want to go grab a coffee with me?
And they all come off with you.
That's a really tough question, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
Hey, that works too, Coffee talk can save the world. I believe it.
Right? Wow, that's a really interesting question. But yeah, I think that's the first thing that came to me because for me, when I think of that, it's like when I'm thinking of all the like these influential people, my first thought is how can I learn more from them?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, yeah, and I guess going and grabbing coffee would get you some more
I mean,
information on them.
one of them would have to say yes, right?
Absolutely, totally. Someone's gonna want coffee. Nice. Well, Dee, thanks so much for coming on the show today. I really, really, really appreciate you taking the time out and just getting the listeners to hear who you are because we talk about, SF Yoga Mag a bunch. And so it's nice to just put that connection together. It's all coming full circle.
Well, thank you so much. I so appreciate being on the show, and I appreciate all the stuff that you have been doing for SF Yoga. And I love the podcast that you're doing. So, and all that you do as well. It's very inspiring. So, thank you.
Thanks, man. We gotta. I don't know. I feel like we have this platform, and we're supposed to, do our best with it. And so that's what I'm trying to do. That's really what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to save the world one down dog at a time.
One down dog at a time. I love it. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Until the next Yogi Misfit session. This is Danny and Deidre saying peace out.